6 historical mysteries marked solved. Before we start, I would want you to hit that red subscribe button so that you never miss out on any of our videos. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Insane Worlds. 6. The Tremulous Hand of Worcester. Scholars suspect that a 13th century scribe was a Worcester Cathedral priory monk. However, since his identity has never been confirmed, he is known as the Tremulous Hand of Worcester, a nickname derived from his distinctive shaky handwriting. Thanks to their collaborative effort, University of York historian Dr. Deborah Thorpe and Leeds Teaching Hospital's NHS Trust consultant neurologist Dr. Jane Alty have determined that the Tremulous Hand of Worcester probably suffered from essential tremor. This chronic condition, which is especially apparent when people affected by it maintain a position, write, or otherwise work with their hands, worsens over time. Until a neurologist became a partner in investigating the cause of the Tremulous Hand of Worcester's trembling penmanship, his unusual script had remained a mystery. 5. Ancient perfume. People have used perfume since the days of the ancient Egyptians, who were the first to dab on fragrances. Not only did the ancient Greeks and Romans follow the Egyptians' lead, but both made perfume in industrial quantities, the Romans using the scents both in everyday life and in ceremonies like funerals to embalm the dead. Although many perfume containers have been discovered, none of the vessels disclosed the essence of the perfume's scents, just their ointments or bases. During renovations in the Spanish province of Seville, though, a jar of ancient perfume, discovered in a well-preserved Roman mausoleum, was found to contain an early fragrance. The fact that the jar, which was made of rock crystal, was sealed with a stopper helped to preserve the perfume, which was a solid substance. A team of researchers from the University of Cordoba and the Museum of the City in Carmen subjected the specimen to a battery of tests that showed that the perfume contained hydrocarbons, sesquiterpenes, and a vegetable fat. The scent was probably that of the flowering plant patchouli, which is often described as a mix of earthy, woody, sweet, and musky scents. The mystery of the essence of an ancient perfume was finally solved. 4. Puccios. Rosa Lassaponara and a team from the Institute of Methodologies for Environmental Analysis in Italy have solved an ancient mystery associated with the Nazca civilization, 500 to 200 BC. The Nazca constructed an amazing, sophisticated subterranean aqueduct system, which continues to function even now. This system is covered in spiral openings known as puccios. The mystery? What is the purpose of these coiling openings? As Dr. Alfredo Carpenetti, senior staff writer and space correspondent for ILF Science, points out, satellite observations helped Lassaponara and her team to determine that the Puccios' corkscrew-shaped tunnels funnel wind into a system of underground canals that push the water where it needs to go. This then provides water throughout the year for farming, irrigation, and household use. 3. Ancient language. 17 letters spelling 7 words, overlooked after an archaeological dig by the Hebrew University of Jerusalem, HU, and Southern Adventist University in the United States, were deciphered in 2022. Although the inscription, which appears on an ancient comb, is mundane, it represents the first sentence ever found in the Canaanite language in Israel, says HU's Professor Yosef Garfinkel. She sheds light on the ancient Canaanites mentioned in the Old Testament and historical works. May this tusk root out the lice of the hair and the beard, the inscription reads, indicating, as Garfinkel notes, that the alphabet was used in daily activities some 3,700 years ago. 2. Building materials. Like the Colosseum, Rome's aqueducts are examples of ancient architecture that still stand thousands of years after its construction. As journalist Aspen Flughoft points out, by contrast, modern concrete structures crumble within decades. By microscopically examining concrete from the archaeological site of Privernum near Rome, researchers determined that the Romans' concrete was reinforced with lime clasts through a process known as hot mixing. This allowed calcium in the concrete to fill in cracks, creating a sort of self-healing mechanism. The researchers want to make their Roman-inspired concrete recipe commercially available so that modern builders can have access to the same building material that the Romans used, which has stood the test of the ages. The ancient Mayans used a similar innovation to create a building material that would survive Central America's hot, humid climate. The Mayans created lime plaster by mixing the sap of local chucum and gyote trees with limestone to create a structure similar to nacre or mother of pearl, the biomaterial that protects mollusks from the eroding powers of ocean waves. This enhances both the lime plaster's plasticity and weather resistance. 1. The City of Ubar. In Case Closed, authors Susan Hughes and Michael Wandelmeyer explain how 9 mysteries were unlocked by modern science. One of these mysteries is that of the city of Ubar. In 1980, amateur archaeologist Nicholas Clapp asked the U.S. National Aeronautics and Space Administration, NASA, to use its Challenger space shuttle's onboard radar to search for signs of the lost city of Ubar. As a result, Ubar was located in Oman. The city, surrounded by walls and towers, had been swallowed by a sinkhole. Clapp concluded that the site corresponded with many of the features mentioned in old legends and in the Quran, including its towers or lofty buildings, the sinkhole, which might be the well of Wabar, and its limestone foundations crumbling, which caused Ubar to split, one half plunging into the cavern, which was when Ubar sank into the sands. However, Clapp and his team agreed that most likely Ubar had actually been a fortress at which frankincense merchants traveling in camel caravans gathered. As NASA's Ronald Bloom says, Ubar acquired the status of a city only in legend. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video.